Ian McGeechan there talking to Jim Delahunt. Yeah, just wanting to play the right sort of rugby that's going to rouse the crowd here. That's been another disappointing aspect of Scotland's performance.
You know, I was over in Limerick on Thursday. I was at Twickenham yesterday, and the atmosphere at Twickenham, the atmosphere in Limerick with sort of 12,000 people was fantastic. And you come up to Scotland, you don't know there's a World Cup going on, and I've been totally disappointed, and I just think it's such a shame, and there's no doubt in my mind that the people in Scotland are voting with their feet at the high prices that have been set. And
is it that, or does it show that under the surface it's not, there are other football's a far more popular game?
I was here the day they presented the Five Nations trophy, and there was 10,000 people watching Scotland on a Monday evening getting presented with a trophy, and for my mind they'll come out, but it's expensive to come and watch, and I think it's unfortunate as well that two of the lesser sides, Spain and Uruguay, are playing in this one group, and that's unfortunate. I think it's unfortunate as well that South Africa, the game against Scotland, South Africa, was the first game in the pool. It's a shame it wasn't the second game, and but that's the way it is, and these guys that are going out and taking the field for Scotland, they'll just have to create their own sort of atmosphere, and hopefully the crowd will respond to them.
Doddy, we're getting a game this afternoon, a hugely experienced player, Sean Fitzpatrick.
Yes, I've played against him a number of times, and he's going to add a bit of stability to that team and just make sure that they stick to the structure that is needed to beat the Spaniards.
Now we're just thinking ahead here, presuming that Scotland get through the quarter-final playoffs. You no doubt saw some of their Five Nations play. Forgive me for going on about it, but it was really good. Do you think they've got any chance whatsoever against New Zealand?
I think they're going to play them. I think what they're going to miss is Leslie in the centres. I think there's a huge blow to their World Cup chances. But some of the rugby in the Five Nations is the best rugby I've seen for a number of years, and we're waiting to see it. But hopefully they won't produce it next Sunday.
Yeah, it would take a phenomenal performance by Scotland, but no doubt they're capable of it. Andy Reid back again, who's another experienced player, Gavin, and a British Lion as well.
Yeah, very much so. And Andy's just the longevity that he's enjoyed is incredible, really. But he's certainly, it's a testament to his sort of fitness and staying power that he's there, as indeed for Paul Burnell, who I think won his first cap way back in '89.
There he is.
So, he winning his 50th cap today, and Archie, as is known to his teammates, I'm sure they'll relish this opportunity.
Now, was Paul Burnell playing that great day in 1990?
Paul was there in 1990, yes.
Do you want to remind the viewers what happened in 1990?
No, because it's been a while since we've beaten England, and that was obviously the last time. But, for me, there's young Chris Patterson there, and I think, he could well be a mainstay of this Scottish team for a good number of years to come, and he's undoubtedly got a huge amount of natural talent in the way that Gregor Townsend had in those days, and he's sort of matured in his Five Nations last year into a phenomenal player. And Doddy Weir there, he's been around the block so many times, and I think we'll see a lot of these guys really coming to the fore this afternoon.
Okay, I think we're about to get the two national anthems. Or are we just getting photographs at the moment of the teams? Do you want to have a word about the Spanish team, Sean Fitzpatrick? I know you've been studying them closely.
Yes, well, Nick, I think they've got something to prove. And the thing that's pleased me about the World Cup so far is the way the lesser teams have performed against the bigger teams.
Yeah.
It's been quite exciting to see those teams coming up to the level and playing so well. But I'm sure the Spaniards will not lie down today. This is their big test match, playing at Murrayfield.
They put up a good show against South Africa, as Gavin was saying.
Exactly, and they'll have a crack. I'm sure they believe that they can have a good chance of
and of course, that great supporter of the Scottish rugby team, Princess Anne, is she a good fillip for the lads? Does she urge them on?
Very much so, and as you say, she has been a fantastic supporter of the team, and she doesn't miss too many home matches here at Murrayfield, so I just hope that the guys, and she won't know many of these players, the younger chaps.
Here are the anthems now, Gavin, if I can just stop you there. Scotland-Spain, let's cross to our commentary team, Bob Simmons and Scott Hastings.
So the team's almost ready then for the kick-off. This is the repeat of the World Cup qualifier played here just about a year ago. Scotland making 13 changes from the side that started off against Uruguay. Only Cameron Murray and Jamie Mayer remain. Chris Patterson at fullback wins his first cap. Paul Burnell at tight head, his 50th. And Brian Redpath takes over the captaincy. Spain make 5 changes from the team that battled so well against South Africa. They have a new captain too in number 13, Alvaro Enciso, who takes over from number 8, Alberto Malo. Yet to score a try in this competition, their main hope for points will come again from the boot of Andrei Kovalenko. Clayton Thomas, who's a headmaster from Bryncoch near Neath in South Wales, taking charge of his second game today. Also took charge of Ireland against Australia at Lansdowne Roads. So a big chance this then for the Scotland team to impress today. And Paul Burnell, with his half-century of caps, coming over from Clermont-Ferrand, where he now plays his rugby for the French side, Montferrand. The Spaniards, well, they've battled away well, certainly against South Africa. And this is a really big game for them, as it is indeed for Jamie Mayer, with John Leslie now out of the competition. Great chance today for the youngster to impress. Scotland poised then to kick off. Duncan Hodge with the first kick. Clayton Thomas gets this underway then. Good hanging kick there. But the Scottish forwards taking a man out in the air. Penalty conceded. So a chance immediately for the Spaniards just to settle. Here's Andrei Kovalenko, Ukrainian-born, settled in Spain, and a prolific point scorer for the Spanish side. This is a massive test once again for the Spanish forwards. Cardosa is the hooker. He has Esterlau and Viliau, the main jumpers. Rather an untidy tap back, so the Spaniards having to regroup. Clayton Thomas just making sure the Scots don't creep up offside. Gajastegi, the scrum half, goes in a sniping little run, and Inchosti takes over in the scrum half position. Kovalenko. That one just basically going across field. Breaks for big Peter Walton. Scotland with a huge back row in this game today. And here, first chance to get some points on the board maybe. Howie Mather, one of the New Zealand-born players in this Scottish lineup. Stuart Reid, another one in France these days, in Narbonne, and Redpath gets it away. Good angles of running by Scotland in midfield. And Clayton Thomas, I think, is playing an advantage anyway to Scotland. Opened up by Hodge. Back inside from Robert Russell, the hooker, and here's another phase for Scotland. Terrific pressure from the Scots in these opening minutes. Redpath. Again, Clayton Thomas playing an advantage to Scotland, and it's taken on by Donny Weir. Options on both sides then for Scotland here, but a poor pass that time. And I suppose, Scott, that's been the story as far as Scotland is concerned. Not quite there.
Absolutely, but this was good play here by Scotland. Hodge here looks for McLaren. McLaren just bundled out on the ball, on the tackle, but good continuity there by Scotland in the opening stages.
Just an injury at the moment. Holding up the line-out. 85-3 the score in the World Cup qualifier played here a year ago, which Scotland did not award caps for. 13 tries that day, 5 of them from Kenny Logan. Okay, we're ready to continue again then. Carposa, the young hooker, established himself in the Spanish side in this competition. Taken in by Astarloa. But there's a turnover here for Scotland. Good control there by the Scottish midfield. Redpath looks for it. There might be a turnover. Well, in fact, some hands in the ruck by the Spanish forwards. That's not allowed. So first chance for points go to Scotland. Duncan Hodge, the goal kicker today. Duncan Hodge so luckily broke his leg in the Five Nations game against Wales last season. And he was poised maybe to get a run in that number 10 jersey. Now happily restored to full fitness. Kicked 10 conversions, Duncan Hodge, in each of the victories over Spain and Portugal in the qualifying games. And this is a straightforward shot for him, right on the 22. Hodge taking plenty of time. Important first kick. And that's wide. Straight down the middle from the Watsonian outside half. First run to Scotland then. 3 points to 0. So it's Kovalenko who'll restart then. Looking for accuracy with this dropout. Nearly out. Second row forwards. Main target, but that's gone too far. And Stuart Reid immediately with the short counter-attack for Scotland. Hodge. Kicking for position and taking Scotland up to the 10-metre line. Still just 25 years of age. Duncan Hodge, good future in front of him. The Spaniards immediately then deciding to call a variation at the line-out. Mata, number 8, had moved up to. Must have been a whistle in the crowd, I think. The players just stopped, just for a moment. The game will resume with the scrum to Spain. Zapatero is the tight head on this side for Spain. They'll be under pressure surely from Scotland. Rechia, the left winger. Not releasing the ball that time. So an early penalty for Scotland here. Rechia played full-back in one game and wing in the other, of the two so far. As Hodge gets good contact on that kick. And Duncan Hodge has taken Scotland down to the Spanish 22.
Well, Duncan Hodge is a young, exciting player here for Scotland. He's got a great all-round game, very good at goal kicking, very good with ball in hand, and I'd like to see him mix it around today. I'm sure Jim Telfer will be looking for that.
Reid 5, Weir 4. Off the top there by Reid. On the charge immediately goes McLaren. And from Bourgois in France. Redpath out to the blind side. Good tackle. Excellent tackle by Spain. They'll need to carry in a few of those in this game, I can tell you.
Well, here's the tackle coming up. Hodge feeds rather early to Russell. And a superb tackle there. Good body positions as well. Good drive in the tackle.
Zapatero, the tight head prop, the man with the tackle. They'll have to go down again. Scrum has gone round 90 degrees and went down as well. David Hilton is the loose head prop on this side for Scotland. Put on the big drive. Steggy though, gets the ball away well. Man from the Basque Country, the smallest and lightest member of the Spanish team. Just 1.73 meters, 5'8" of him, and just over 11 stone. So this time, Robert Russell. Off the top, Dodie Weir. And again, the Scots penalised. We've seen it a few times in this competition. Not lifting the man in the correct position. Kovalenko. Good long kick.
Here's the lifting in the line-out. Watch the hands on Dodie Weir's legs. The IRB are clamping down on this area of the game. The hands need to be on the shots in terms of lifting at the line-out.
Dodie Weir plays his rugby, of course, now for Newcastle in the Allied Dunbar. Cardoza prepares to put again into the line-outs. Not a good ball that time. Clayton Thomas just waiting for an advantage to Scotland. Telling the Spaniards to keep their hands off this ball. As Hodge. Good, intelligent looking kick. Absolutely brilliant kick by Duncan Hodge. His forwards will be delighted with that one.
Well, what a hurler of a kick here. Look at Hodge, drills it, keeps his head down nicely. I bet he meant it as well, but no, superb kick there by Duncan Hodge, and that's given the forwards such a lift.
So, big line-up then for Spain to defend. They'll want accuracy from Cardoza, first of all, the hooker. Tapped out on the Scottish side by Reid. Scrum 5 to Scotland. Russell through very quickly, looking to get the touchdown there, the hooker. So, great opportunity for Scotland. Scrum just 5 metres out. Stuart Reid, the number 8, calling for the secondary shout. Just going around 90 again though. They'll have to go down again. That is a huge examination for the inexperienced Spanish pack rather. The Scots with lots of experience on their side. Reid fancies walking this all the way, does he? Penalty try is awarded by Clayton Thomas. In his judgment, try would probably, almost certainly, I think, have been scored there.
So here we see the incident again. The Scots have got the shove on. Look at the positions here. Reid in absolute control. Front rows go down, and Clayton Thomas, look at him. Immediate reaction there, straight under the post, and a penalty try for Scotland.
The third penalty try that the Spaniards have conceded in their 3 games in this competition. And that tells you everything about the problems they have up front. Duncan Hodge from straight in front. Doesn't take too much time on this occasion. No need. 7 more points for Scotland. They've extended their lead to 10 points to 0.
Here's the reverse angle of this try. Now look on this other side of the Spanish scrummage. It's under pressure, it's creaking. Down it goes, and Thomas is straight over to the post to award a penalty try.
Kovalenko's kick is another long and deep one. Scots forwards setting it up well for Brian Redpath, keeping it alive. Spaniards brave as ever. Ball though not going to come out, so the Spaniards will get the put in at the scrum. Spaniards who actually started on the qualifying trail for this World Cup as long ago as November 1997 when they played against Andorra. Down the line, this time by Gaiastegui. Good play by Cameron Murray, making good inroads. Redpath gets it away to Hodge. Mismove in centre field for Mayer. Brings in Patterson for the first time. Welcome to international rugby. Scots, though, again have maintained the possession. And the nice bounce. Takes it down to just outside the 22. So, let's get a view from the touchline with Jim Delahant.
Let's just give you some news from the Scotland camp on two players not on the field today. Gary Armstrong took a very heavy knock in the back against Uruguay. He had to go off. He will be fit for Wednesday's match, whoever Scotland are playing. Kenny Logan, he was just feeling his ankle yesterday, missed kicking practice. He will be fit as well.
Good news for Scotland. Campatero, hanging ball in the lineouts. Scotland, though, with too many men in that lineout. Technical offence. Free kick to Spain. Alfonso Mata, the number 8, battling away in there, and it's work too. Huertas, most experienced player in this World Cup, the fullback, winning his 93rd cap today. Straightforward ball this time for Chris Patterson. Out on the full though. Chris Patterson playing at full-back today. Normally a fly half, stand-off half, as they say in these parts. Progressed all the way up the ranks with Scotland schools under 19, under 21. So again, the Spaniards cutting down the numbers in the lineouts. Ilya just about getting hands to it. Carcosa looking to keep it in play. Pressure from the Scots. So this time it'll be a throw-in to the home team. Scotland have kicked out more often so far in this game. So the Spaniards have had the majority of throws into the line-out. Hodge outside his 22. Inchasti fancies a counter-attack. And the danger of a turnover. And here it comes, does it? Nope. Prevented, in fact, illegally by Spain. Scotland about to win that ball. Spaniards conceding another penalty. And the boos may ring out, but early on in the game, this is sensible decision-making, isn't it, Scott?
Absolutely. Against Uruguay, they tried to play too much rugby. This time we've seen Duncan Hodge, he's booted long a few times, and there was a bit of a speculative kick. But of course, in Tuesday, he tried to break from his own 22. He was caught in possession and penalised accordingly. But it's just good pressure rugby from Scotland. Nice and easy, nice and simple.
So another fairly straightforward attempt for Duncan Hodge. More or less straight. Plays for the Edinburgh Reavers. Also, of course, the Super Districts team. Hodge with his third attempt. 2 out of 2 so far in this first half. Well, what a miss. Scotland's lead then is still 10-0.
Well, an uncharacteristic error there for Duncan Hodge. He actually lifted his head while he actually kicked the ball there. and he'll be annoyed with himself for that. He takes a lot of pride in his goal kicking. Here we see the replay. His head was up certainly a lot quicker.
Restart again for Kovalenko from the 22. And Scotland look to regroup, but first of all, Hodge deciding on the sensible option to set it up. Redpath has a quick look, see what's on. McLaren. Intelligent kick there, because the Spanish fullback Puertas, if he kicked it out, would give the ball to Scotland. He's kept it alive, so it's Chris Patterson on the counter-attack. Good pacey player, the fullback, Redpath. Again, Clayton Thomas is playing an advantage to Scotland. From the run by Redpath, the ball just went off a Spanish hand. Redpath beats. Peter Walton 6, Stuart Reid 8 for Scotland. Reid with the pick-up and drive. You have to come in from behind the set piece there, coming in from the side. The Spaniards illegally again. So another penalty to Scotland, again from a kickable position.
Well, there's Kovalenko forming the tackle, but in come from the side. Here he comes, the big second row, Astarloa.
This time, the decision by Scotland is to kick for position and for the lineouts. It'll be Robert Russell then with the throw this time, winning his third cap today. Andy Reid at the front of the lineup. Jody Weir at the back. Now the Scottish forwards looking for the big drive. Just a few metres out. Cameron Mather looks to try and ruck it back. I think there's a teammate in the way, but anyway, the Spaniards were guilty of the offence. That's the Spaniard try line in the background. So what will be the Scottish decision here? Scrum, I'm sure. So at the last scrum, the Spaniards conceded a penalty try. This is going to be another big test for them. I think one worry that's been expressed, Scott, is the sort of physical dangers that an inexperienced pack like the Spaniards face in a contest like this.
Well, you saw the rucking there from Cameron and Mather especially, and the Scotland will want to ruck as an 8. And of course, Astarloa there, he actually went down on the ball, and he quite got his just desserts, actually. If you're going to be on the deck at this level of rugby, then you're going to get teams that ruck against you.
Astarloa, normally a flanker. Cameron Mather, winning his second cap today in the back row for Scotland. Stuart Reid, again controlling it at number 8, but it's gone around 90 degrees. They'll have to go down again. And you get the feeling it's just delaying the inevitable whenever a Scottish scrum goes down this near to the line. Once again, the drive was by Reid. Both props going down accidentally. Clayton Thomas decides this time. Zapatero on the tight head side for Spain. Reid at the third time of asking. Once again, it's inching round towards 90 degrees. Yes, they'll have to go down again.
Well, I watched Spain-Uruguay, and they had about a dozen scrums before Clayton Thomas awarded a penalty try against Spain, but here we go again.
Redpath. The ball is actually still in. The referee decides. Reid, the pickup. Couldn't find Mather, though. Offside, though, against Spain. So I'm sure. Scotland, let's take the scrum again. The scrum has been called for by Brian Redpath. Scotland leading 10 points to 0. penalty and a penalty try so far in this first half. Reed's body position rather high in the first place there. Goes on the drive. Brett Popwaits. It's in short. Again, Clayton Thomas is playing an advantage to Scotland. They're inching in. The drive by Russell, was it? The pickup. Dave Hilton almost there. Finally, the try's awarded. Clayton Thomas's hand goes up in the air. Cammy Mather with his first international try for Scotland in just his second game.
Well, it was good pressure here from the Scots. They were reeling on the scrummage a little bit. The platform wasn't as solid, but Mather's a strong man and see him burrowing over there short of the line. Again, good body position there from Mather, driving all the way. Perhaps a hint of a double movement there, but referee Clayton Thomas was right there. He wasn't held in the tackle. A good try from Cameron Mather, winning his second cap today.
Duncan Hodge in front again then. This time successful. So Scotland's lead is extended to 17 points to 0.
Well, it's not been a spectacular start by Scotland, but it certainly has been a very solid performance. And here is where the heart of the game has been so far. First of all, Hilton driving there, held up in the tackle. Ball comes back sweetly enough there for Mather to pick up and drive over at short distance.
Cammy Mather, who qualifies for Scotland via his Stirling-born grandfather. Kovalenko, as we start again finding Scottish hands. Hodge just kicking long, keeping it alive. Huertas from inside his 22, and he finds a safe touch. Francisco Puertas actually played in the first game between these countries back in 1986. The man who plays his rugby in France in the delightful little town of Saint-Jean-de-Luz, very near the French border. Tapped back by Weir. That's an untidy one. Stuart Reid finally flicks it up. Again, Clayton Thomas playing a good advantage to Scotland. Hodge this time runs. That's into Reid. Scottish forwards driving on. Reid working hard in there too. Change of angle in midfield. And again there's quick possession and an overlap here. Sean Longstaff has to do it all himself for the moment. In the end though, Miguel Angel got back there. But a good concerted attack again by Scotland there, putting good phases together.
Well, good hands here. You see Duncan Hodge with the good hands, realises he's got men over. Patterson just slips the ball on to Longstaff. And Longstaff takes the outside gap here. He had support inside, but opts to go for the chip. Chip just over there. A good play by Frachilla to get back there on the ball and save it for Spain.
Kovalenko's kick, again not a good one. So up, that's some pace. Here come Cameron Murray from the right wing. It's on a plate again here for the Scottish backs. Hodge, again going for the half break. A couple of knock-ons that time. The first off a red hand. So scrum to Scotland. Dominating the play, as you would expect in this first half. Again, an injury on the Spanish side. Alvar Enciso, the Spanish captain. Great day for him today. Captaining his country, just 25 years of age, winning his 33rd cap today. So will Jim Telfer, the coach, be happy with what he's seen so far, Scott?
Well, as I said, it seems to be a very solid start by Scotland. Not very spectacular. Duncan Hodge probing the blind side. He's been kicking well. He's turning the game McLaren, for me, he's a key man for Scotland in the centre. He's been lying flat in the attacking angles. He's been taking the scissors pass and just looking to get his forwards into the game.
Channel 1 ball, quick step this time for Redpath, and the long pass out right to Murray. Good progress, taken on to by Stuart Reid. Scotland up to the Spanish 22. Spaniards up very quickly indeed in midfield there. And Scotland have maintained the possession, have they? Yeah, they certainly have. Redpath acting as just a link so far. Sloppy pass, but Longstaff going to get away. Francisco Puertas left for dead by the Scottish left winger. Third try for Scotland then in this first half, and the second of his career for the man from Wellington in New Zealand.
Well, Hodge throws out the longer pass, a bit fortunate there, but he knew the Spanish defence were up flat, and Longstaff showed great pace. Wingers love to see that type of try, a traditional try from a good wingman in Sean Longstaff. Here is his Hodge, slightly sloppy hands, but you've seen the Spanish defence were pulled up, so even though it went to deck, Longstaff picked up again and used good pace and skill.
Sean Longstaff, who's qualifying for Scotland by virtue of a 3-year residency, came to play in Dundee, was going to go back to New Zealand, then picked up a knee injury though, decided to stay, and here he is in the Scotland side. Just that one rather uncharacteristic miss so far by Duncan Hodge, but this is certainly the most difficult kick he's attempted so far. Hodge again composes himself. Just pulling it wide on the left-hand upright though. And the Scots will be happy, I'm sure. They've extended their lead to 22 points to 0.
BBC once again now with the Spanish defence up flat here, although the ball came loose. And look at the way Longstaff, he straightened the line and went outside for Puertas to score in the corner. Good acceleration, good awareness of space there from Sean Longstaff to not only use the space to run into, but obviously aware of the touchline that he ran along down.
So for the fourth time in this half, Andrei Kovalenko restarts. Again, he's presented the ball to Scotland. Now then, well, you could argue there, Scots player made no attempt to release that ball, but a quick blast then from Clayton Thomas's whistle. James McLaren takes his place again then. Hodge standing immediately behind the scrum in the pole position there. Down again to Puertas. That one far too long surely. Luxon's, the centre, was up far too quickly from an offside position anyway. But here's the counter-attack by Patterson. Lovely running by the youngster. Reid, Murray. Jinking running. Now as the secondary support from Scotland. Just a little knock-on in there. But that'll do Chris Patterson a lot of good, won't it? Lovely run by the fullback.
Oh, that'll bring his confidence up to a high. That was a superb run. Here we see deep on play. Hodge goes outside gap, round and Teasel, and steps off his left foot here again, looking for the link of the support. There's Stuart Reid in support, feeds Cameron Murray, steps off his right foot, look at that side step, beats Puertas the challenge, and just the knock-on coming up here. Paul Burnell just knocking on.
Good attack though by Scotland. Chris Patterson settling in nicely into his job at fullback. Game will resume with the scrum then. Spanish ball. Again, the pressure coming in from Scotland. And in the end, Kovalenko getting the nice bounce. But again, this will be a throw-in to Scotland at the line-out. As you would expect, Scots winning 100% of the ball on their own throw. That's for Reed. Redpath, fellow Narbonne player, tidies up. Then there are a few holes appearing in that Spanish defence there at close quarters. Scots taking advantage. Again, the Spanish three-quarters up very, very quickly indeed. Andy Reid setting it up. Not forward that time though by Scotland. So at last then, a set piece for Spain in Scottish territory. Kaliastegi, Enciso, and Puertas. Not much space out there though for Inchosti. But at least they're managing to get some ball.
Well, it was good ball there, but Puertas just really running out of room. There's not enough space really to run a move like that down the 5-yard line. But again, good defence from Scotland, and across there was Sean Longstaff with that tackle.
Not a good throw that time by Russell, and Diaz looking to take advantage for Spain, lays it back nicely too. Now on the charge is Torres, El Toro. Kovalenko, the miss move. Puertas again up from fullback. Now looking to turn and make it available again. Kaliastegi waits the scrum half. Kovalenko looking for the penalty there. Well, he's been awarded it too. Taken quickly then by Spain, looking for their first try in this competition. On the switch, Astalao. And the ball's gone forward. And so Scotland escape.
Well, interesting there, young Chris Patterson, who fielded the ball there. He actually gave it back to the Spaniards, and that just shows a little bit of inexperience, because Sharper's attack, the Spanish took the quick tap and almost scored there from the resultant phases of play. There's Chris Patterson there. He'll be delighted with his early run, but perhaps showing a little bit of inexperience there by giving the Spaniards a ball and awarding them a quick penalty.
Injury then on the Spanish side. Shoulder, it would appear. Just about 4 minutes to go in this first half. Scotland with 3 tries already. Penalty try. Cameron Mather and Sean Longstaff. Scottish defensive ball. As soon as Brian Redpath can square it up and get the ball in. Robert Russell does his work. Redpath takes the responsibility, but hasn't found touch. Chia setting it up. Kaliastegi to Kovalenko. Enciso bringing in Lupsens, the man from Bagel Bordeaux. The skipper in the move again for the second time. Lupsens not really making a huge number of yards. Again, this time it's Villa. The second row. Spaniards showing good patience. Desperate for their first try in this competition. Kovalenko switches it. Onto the blind side. Just when Scotland thought they were going to get the chance to break. There's a penalty though for Spain. So what will be the option taken by Spain this time, I wonder? Kovalenko with the ball in hands and shaping up to put this ball down in the corner for a line-out. Spain then just a few metres out from the Scottish line. Coming to the end of this first half, 22 points to 0 to Scotland. Alfonso Mata, the number 8 for Spain, has gone to the front. For Filial in the middle. Poised, I think, for the big man. Now for the drive. Scots looking pretty solid at the moment. Just a danger of a turnover. Scotland going forward though. Good defensive play by the pack.
Oh, good defensive there from Scotland. Villal took the ball from the line out. They were a little bit high in their body angles, but Doddy Weir's experience coming through there. Frustrating the Spanish trying to get that ball back, but he drove well, and as a result Scotland get the put in.
There'll be some 3 minutes of injury time to be played at the end of this first half. Hollinger's kick taken by Puertas. Now 35 years of age, bundled over by the two Scottish tacklers. No way that ball is going to come back. Scotland's ball at the scrum.
Well, keep an eye here. Here's Puertas taking the ball, and look at big Cameron Mather coming in. And McLaren, they drive him back in the tackle, and as a result, that's good Scottish pressure, which gets them the next scrum put in.
Redpath just standing up. Reid picks up and drive from number 8. Scotland moving up towards halfway, looking for one more try at the end of this first half. Tackle on Mayer, that one was a good one. But Redpath has the ball in his hands again. Not much space out here. Murray over from the right wing. Just squeezed out though.
Well, here's Redpath here, looking for the space, probing down the blind, but just running out of room here. Cammy Murray on the wrong wing, but gets caught with his foot on the line.
It's the view then that Diego Cartoja is putting into this line-out. Scott Lau has found his target. Spaniards making use of it well that time. But again, little option for Kovalenko but to kick. Good length though on the kick that time. At least putting his side back in Scottish territory. Soccer player at one stage, Andrei Kovalenko. Pretty good average. Scotland calling for the full line-out there. Robert Russell. That's to Andy Reid at the front. Down comes Doddy Weir too, and Stuart Reid. Again, it's very tight on that touchline, but Walton gets it away to Redpath. Scotland up to the 10-metre line. Russell again in there, well, the hooker. Certainly there are possibilities here as far as Scotland are concerned. Redpath into Reid. Back to Redpath again. Now Hodge. Mayer almost through the gap. Longstaff, chance for a second. Switches back inside to Murray. They're lining up for it. Oh! Wow! Looked as if James McLaren himself was certain to score there. Unselfishly popped it back inside. Just wouldn't go Scotland's way though.
Well, there's Longstaff inside to Murray, pops out the tackle, but good support here. McLaren must have thought he was over, but decided to feed it back into Hodge, who didn't quite get hands to it.
James McLaren plays from Bourgoin in France, winning his 3rd cap today. this time is on the Scottish side as we come up to half-time. Three tries so far then in this first half for Scotland. Thankfully, Dave Hilton is okay again. And a chance for some treatment during the half-time interval anyway. Big chance then, again for Scotland. Russell putting in. That's taken by Reed. Oh! Once again though, at the death, ball just going forward. So it'll be a scrum ball for Spain, but mixed blessing for them. Big Peter Walton and the co-members of his Scottish pack will put some pressure on them here. Spain just about scrambling clear. That's the end of the action anyway in this first half. 3 tries for Scotland, the penalty try, one by Cammy Mather, one by Sean Longstaff. At the interval, the Scots lead by 22 points to 0.
Highly convincing by the Scots thus far. We'll get the views of Sean Fitzpatrick and Gavin Hastings after the break. Welcome back to Murrayfield. Sit back, enjoy the second half of Scotland versus Spain. Let's cross over to our commentators, Scott Hastings, and first, Bob Simmons.
The Spaniards made one change at half-time, bringing in Luis Javier Martinez in the front row for Victor Torres. It'll be Spain who will kick off. Scotland in the lead by 22 points to 0, and we would expect them to pile on the scores, particularly late on in this second half. They're bound to be fitter and stronger than their amateur opponents. This, I'm sure, has been a great experience for Spain, playing in the World Cup finals for the very first time. Francisco Puertas, the fullback, gets us underway. Not a good one though, that ball going straight to Dodi Weah. And Scotland immediately then looking to roll on this maul. Red part, little kick down the touchline for Cammy Murray to chase. That may be on the man on the air, but Clayton Thomas happy with it. It's back on the Spanish side for Galiastegi. Again, Kovalenko basically just kicking it away. That's an interesting little kick by Chris Patterson. Didn't quite get the bounce he wanted though. Puertas this time, no mistake, clears the touchline. 55 years of age now, Francisco Puertas. Scored more than 200 points for Spain. As I say, the most capped man at Rugby World Cup 99. Russell, Weah battles well for it. And the charge, Mather going in, supporting well after McLaren's early burst. Ball very slow though to come back for Scotland. It's not going to come back at all. But Scotland again are going forward, so they'll get the put in. Cammy Mather, scorer of one of the 3 tries in the first half. As we noticed there, Zapatero has moved to the loose head side, the number 3 for Spain. Stuart Reid has kept the ball in. The Spaniard was offside. Clayton Thomas playing an advantage to Scotland. And the Scots driving on deep then in the Spanish 22. Murray coming in again from the right wing. And it's there once more for Redpath. McLaren again on the charge. Scotland powering their way forward. Robert Russell, the hooker. Over the line, Redpath. And surely here, there must be a try. Scotland had spread it, there surely would have been. Again though, Clayton Thomas was playing an advantage. Redpath with it quickly to Mayer. Up from fullback is Patterson. Again, Clayton Thomas is playing an advantage. Hodge, oh, Scott's really making a mess of it that time. But they'll be brought back again. Spaniards encroaching to within 10 metres. Reed takes it quickly. Surely Scotland will finish this move off. McLaren with the bursts. James McLaren then, so close in the first half, finally gets his second international try for his country in this, his third game.
Well, constant pressure there from the Scots, and good hands, soft hands there from Hodge. McLaren's got the pace, spots the gap, runs between the two Spaniard defenders. And here we see it again, there's the gap, powers his way over, dots down.
James McLaren, who with his family moved to Australia when 7 years of age, returned to this country then at the age of 19, and now moving to France to play his rugby in Bourgois. $27 points to 0 to Scotland. Duncan Hodge looking to make it 29. Bit of bad luck that time for Duncan Hodge. 27-0 to Scotland, just what they wanted to try at the beginning of the second half.
Well, look at the defensive patterns here from the Spaniards. They're drifting across, there's the gap, and McLaren spots it, dives through for the try.
Curtis again goes to the lower. Again, it goes straight to Dodie Weir. Hodge, outside his 22, was he? Looking for the favourable bounce. Oh! Super kick again by Duncan Hodge, rather. Setting up Scotland in an outstanding position, just a couple of metres out from the Spaniards' line. And so many options, really, for Scotland in this position. And Reed at the front, Dodie Weir in the middle, the two main jumpers. Dodie Weir, in fact, taking the position right at the back of the line out. Pressure on Spain. They've done well. Good safe catch by Villiao. Stiggy just checking. See where Kovalenko was standing. Kovalenko gets the ball away safely, but this again will be a Scottish throw at the line out. Spaniards with second substitution. Humberto Sostias come on to the right wing. Dodie Weir slips it to Andrew Reid. Scotland looking to stay on their feet and drive this one on. Redpath finally gets it away to Hodge. Popped up from here. Just held up. Great position again though for Scotland. And they have the possession. Then the Spanish defence up very quickly. But all the options are on this side for Scotland. Looking for the change of angle for Murray. Bolton couldn't quite take it, could he? No, they'll have to be called back. Was that a knock-on?
Well, here we see the replay. Hodge goes, slips the ball to Cammy Murray. I felt it was it was just a right hand there from Walton. It was a knock-on, and the referee well positioned there, Clayton Thomas. Otherwise, it would have been a try for Peter Walton.
Spanish player. Flat out on the ground. Chilia, Miguel Angel Frechia, the left winger. Waiting to come on the touchline is Alberto Sotias. And in fact, it's the opposite winger, Inchausti, I think, who is leaving the field. Replaced then by Sotias. Looks as if there might be another replacement too. I think it's Puertas as well, the fullback, is it? Looking very shaky indeed. Trying to decide, in fact, whether he can stay on or not. Looks pretty groggy. And Clayton Thomas asks them, in fact, the Spaniards, to take off the fullback. Big drive again then from Scotland. Spaniards in big trouble. That'll sit up for Cammy Murray. Brings in Chris Patterson. Longstaff. Good support from Mayer. Also from Patterson too. Up and over the 22. Andy Reid, number 5, up quickly in support. Paul Bonnell too. Again the Spaniards killing that ball on the ground. It'll be Ferran Velasco who will come on for Spain. Just going onto the field then. The man who showed such delight when he kicked that penalty against the South Africans. So, again, this is a dangerous position for Spain. Deep inside their 22. Scots with 1 try so far in the second half, the 4th of the game. Robert Russell preparing to throw in. Andy Reid with the jump this time. Tommy Mather in supporting too, the number 7. Scotland over the line. Second try of the half and second try of the game for Cameron Mather. And again, excellent support work at close quarters by the flanker.
Well, this is straight off the training paddock, this move, and young Mather will be very pleased. Look at the driving and the body positions. They bring it round this blind side. Look at the body positions of the players. Hilton clearing actually the gap for Mather to pounce through. And Mather will be delighted with that. Here we see on the reverse angle. Look at the body positions of the Scotland team. Mather's got hold of the ball there at number 7. Nice low body position. And at 6'4", he is a big man, but his parents will be delighted. They've flown over from Auckland to watch him in this game, and he's certainly had a good game.
Duncan Hodge again then with the conversion attempt, again very wide out. Doesn't rush, does he? Well struck. That is beautifully struck. Duncan Hodge, to the delight of the Scottish fans, and the extra points then. Scotland up to 34-0. Right down the middle.
Well, here's the try again. Look at the body positions of the Scotland forwards again. Technically very good, and Mather powers over.
Kovalenko takes over the restart duties again then. That's not a bad one. Pressure on the Scottish skipper, Brian Redpath. He's buried in the middle of that lot somewhere. So Cameron Murray goes to play at scrum half. First touch for the replacement, Velasco. 17,500 spectators at today's game. Certainly an improvement as far as Scotland are concerned. Penalty award though. Offside against Spain. So Duncan Hodge, I'm sure, will fire this one down again for the line-out. Down around the Spanish 22. In fact, he's done better than that. Another excellent kick.
Well, it's been noticeable since the start of the game that Scotland, this is their fourth line-out, they've driven off each line-out ball. It'll be interesting to see if they go for the drive again. But certainly what they're doing is they're sucking in the Spanish defenders and then launching their attacks off that. And they've been hitting good angles from both McLaren and the centre.
Taken by Dodi Weir. This time the ball's gone to ground. This time it'll be Spain's ball. It was a maul, not a ruck. Therefore Scotland rather had to use it or lose it. And again an injury on the Spanish side. Astarloa, I think, the lock. I suppose, Scott, it's almost inevitable that amateur players, they're going to suffer more injuries, aren't they, in games like this?
Well, to a certain extent, obviously Scotland drove from that line out as we predicted, and it was Spain who seemed to bring that down, and obviously Astarloa on the deck there just suffering a knock there.
Defensive ball for Spain. Gary Steggy, the scrum half, waits to put it. Don't think that was quite straight. Clayton Thomas's decision is they go down again. Paul Bonnell on this side of the scrum, the tight head prop for Scotland. Free kick to Scotland. Big Peter Walton. Another great position for Scotland. Redpath gets it away to Hodge. Lots of good angles of running. Hodge just gets the pass in to Cameron Murray. Cameron Murray with his 4th international try, playing his 14th game today, and Scotland making the pressure tell.
Well, sweet hands here from the Scotland team. Look at this. Hodge takes the ball off Redpath, throws a little pop pass, goes on the run around. The feint of the man there from Mayer. A wee juggle, and look at this, a good pass out the tackle, and from the blindside wing, good support there from Cammy Murray, and that's as sweet a try as you will see here at Murrayfield.
Duncan Hodge again with a conversion. Pretty straightforward on this one. For his 5th successful kick today. Drills it between the posts. 7 more points for Scotland. They're up to 41 points to 0.
Here we see from behind the post here, this little loop movement with a dummy run by Mayer. That opens up the gap for Hodge, who feeds out the tackle to Cameron Murray. A nicely taken try. Again from the reverse angle here. Here's the loop movement with no Hodge round in the loop. He sees the gap and passes out the tackle with a supporting Murray.
Pretty copybook stuff then from Scotland for their 3rd try of the second half. It's a better restart. The replacement, Steve Tuaneo, immediately on the ball. Scotland finally able to dig it out. Peter Walton takes it up and drives. Using his 18.5 stone. Now Cameron Mather. 2 tries already for him in this game. Redpath hops it up again. Oh, this time Hodge just losing a little bit of concentration.
Well, there was numbers there on the blind side. Hodge asked for it to come down the blind, but just takes his hand on. There was heavy traffic there, but there was overlaps and there was over. Good play there by Spain in terms of frustrating Hodge there.
Clayton Thomas not happy with the 2 front rows. Wants to talk to the 6 front row forwards, telling them to unbind. Asks the 2 front rows to go a metre back and go down again. Finally, the 2 front rows allowed to go down. Spain again taking it down under big pressure from Scotland. So Hodge again then will drive the Spaniards back into their own half. Pretty tight for him that time. Still, pretty good efforts. Setting up Scotland with an attempt to get more possession, even more possession I should say. That's really ruling the roost at the moment. Dodie Weir off the top again. Hilton turns and sets it up. Good support from his fellow forwards too. Russell in there. Scotland over the 22. All the options are on the open side at the moment. Great run by McLaren. Just couldn't get the pass out though. But Scotland just a few metres out from the Spanish line. Just losing the ball in contact. Now, was that forward or not? It appears not. Hilton again in there as the Spanish defenders have to work overtime. Clayton Thomas again playing an advantage to Scotland. No way though, that ball is going to come back. Spanish defender holding on to the man, not releasing him, allowing him to play the ball. So what will Brian Redpath's decision be this time? We'll have to wait and see, because again there's an injury on the Spanish side. Really are showing the scars of battle today. Jose Diaz, now the flanker, man who plays for Castres in France. And with dual qualifications, overlooked by France, decided then to throw in his lot with Spain. Julian Telfer, happy to see, I'm sure, 3 tries going on the board from his Scottish side in this second half. Suzanne in deep conversation there, certainly enjoys her rugby. Scrum to Scotland, just 5 metres out. Reid and Hodge, the creator, is this time the finisher. Oh, he loved that one. 3rd try for his country, Duncan Hodge.
Well, Scotland decided to release it from the scrum. Number 8, Reid feeds Redpath. The dummy run there by McLaren, and Hodge just sails through the gap. Here we see Redpath take it again. Look at McLaren came on the dummy run, and as a result, the Spanish defenders are pulled out of position, and that allowed Hodge to run through the gap.
Duncan Hodge with the responsibility too again, of course. Looking to add another conversion. 2 successful ones for him so far in this second half. There's a 3rd. Scotland inching their way towards the 50-point mark.
Now watch the Scotland centre. Watch the Scotland centre here, James McLaren. He's the one who comes in the dummy run. That allows Hodge to run through the gap. And a nice big gap there for Duncan Hodge.
concentration that time by the Scotland number 8.
Well, looks a simple game from up here, but Reid's eyes were just totally off that ball, and a poor lapse of concentration.
Chance for Spain, but the pressure is there again from the Scotland 8s. Finally away to Kovalenko. Up from fullback, Velasco the replacements. But there's a turnover. Now, can Scotland break from deep here? Again, Clayton Thomas is playing an advantage to them. Redpath in shorts. Scots player not held, allowed to continue. Now it's Andy Reid. Again, the Spaniards are up offside, conceding the penalty to Scotland. And again, the decision by Duncan Hodge will be to kick for the line-outs. Another potentially good platform for Scotland to add to their lead. Gets good contact on that ball too, and the Scots are up to the Spanish 22. Duncan Hodge immediately calling the move. Scotland just losing the one on their own throw. No problems that time though for Doddy Weir. McLaren does the juggling work, and again Clayton Thomas will bring them back. Spaniards with too many men in the line-outs, quickly taken by Longstaff. Scotland deep again in the Spanish 22, maintaining the possession too, driving on. Cammy Mather rather, looking for his hat-trick, just held up short. Spaniards camped on their own line. There's no way that ball is going to come back. This time it's a red ball. Well, Cammy Mather fancied for a moment he might get in for his third. Just held up short.
Well, here we see the quick tap. The forwards again at the heart of everything in all the Scotland play at the moment. Picking and driving, Russell through. Look at Russell here into the contact situation, onto Mather. And Mather drives for the line, but adjudged to have been held up and as a result loses possession.
Big pressure by Scotland though on the Spanish scrum. But it's there for Galiastegi to clear it. Longstaff's back though. Brings Patterson into play. Longstaff in the move again. Lovely picker. Now the chance. Murray cuts back inside. Again the support is there. McLaren the centre setting it up. Mather. Time to pass away to Hodge. Now a clear opportunity that time for Duncan Hodge. And the Spaniards will get the advantage. Ken Kovalenko has little option but to kick it away in that position. He's only released the pressure on his side temporarily. As again it'll be a Scotland throw at the line-outs. Little option, but to kick in most of the positions that he's been in. Doddy Weir, 3 from the back. Andy Reid, the man at the front. Beautiful ball off the top. Well, the decision by Clayton Thomas was the ball went forward. Not the easiest ball, in fact, for Brian Redpath to take. Spaniards looking to get a quick ball from that scrum before the Scots could put a lot of pressure. But there was too much pressure on them because the ball went forward. Scrum to Scotland. Iliao, the man who plays in France. Montemarsan, alongside a certain Waiseli Serra. Stuart Reid just controlling it at number 8 for allowing Brian Redpath to get it away. Quicker ball this time for Peter Walton, making the half break. There's a turnover though. Using it for Spain. Kovalenko. Running up a blind alley really. Then little option for to kick it away. So here's the chance for Scotland to break. Mayer. Hurrell. Russell. Scotland doing the juggling before finally Biliau gets in there for Spain. Spaniards poised to make yet another substitution. There's Lubsins and then Piso, the skipper, were held in midfield. They're both in there, so they've got little option. Nice running by Safias though. The replacement. Half at pace comes to an hour. This is better as far as Spain are concerned. Looking to release Frechilla on the left. Good round of applause from the fans here. Lucky efforts by the Spaniards.
Well, that was good. Kovalenko decided to get his backline running, and suddenly there's a little bit of space there, but good shepherding there by Cameron Murray to get Frechilla into the wing.
Another replacement coming on for Spain, number 19. Just saw a glimpse of him there, Agustin Mellet. Scotland's ball again. 30 Weir waits at the back. This time it's poised for the front for Andy Reid. Born and bred a Cornishman, qualifies for Scotland through his mother, born in Edinburgh. British Lion, of course, in New Zealand in '93. Now Brian Redpath. All the while, Clayton Thomas had been playing an advantage again. The Spaniards had too many men in the lineouts. The side throwing in, governing the number of people you're allowed in the lineouts. And the Spaniards with too many in there, 6-5. That time it was a free kick. And there we see a number of penalties that Spain have been forced to concede.
Well, that's why there's been a lack of continuity really from the Scots in this second half. Spain have been killing a lot of ball, they've been getting offside, and Clayton Thomas has actually warned them to maybe yellow card the next indiscretion.
Andy Reid waits. Beats. But Biliau wins it for Spain. And getting a bit of a roll on there. Looking then to change the focus. Change the point of attack with this rolling ball. All the while, though, they're getting nearer and nearer to this touchline. And they'll have to use it quickly, or they will lose it. Steggy in the end with a kick. Murray outside his 22, couldn't mark it. Buried then by the attacker. Frechilla. Murray guilty of hanging on to the ball. So, can Spain get their first try of this competition? Again, I would think they would kick for the corner for the lineouts. Kovalenko sets it up then. There'll be a line out to Spain, just a couple of metres out from the Scottish line. Spaniards just talking tactics before finally deciding on the approach here. Martinez, the prop, is 21 at the front. Spain told to hurry it up by Clayton Thomas. This is the best chance they've had for a while. Pick up by Diaz. They're just short of the Scotland try line. The ball is here for them again. On the angles of running. Good tackle though on Frechilla. was a ruck ball, the ball on the ground. So Spain will again get the foot in then at the scrum.
Good defence here from Scotland. Cameron Murray tracks his man, the inside pass Kovalenko, but Murray's drifted across from his wing to take his opposite man.
Scrum to Spain, just 5 metres out from the Scottish line. Switch to the blind side. In the end, the replacement Ferran Velasco loses it. It comes to nothing then. The best chance that Spain have had of claiming their first try in this competition. Not to be, though. Zenken Hodge sends Spain back into their own half. Kovalenko again running back at Scotland. Again, they've committed so many people in there. They're very few outside. So the only option really for Gayastegui there was the kick. And at this point, maybe we would expect Scotland to look to press home their advantage, but they've taken their foot off the pedal a little bit, haven't they?
It's just been a little bit flat. You just feel as though the game needs to, be set alight by some sort of Scotland player who decides to take the initiative and actually start running this game. But perhaps a couple of subs coming on here.
Substitution will take place in the next breakdown. We've got Gregor Townsend and Ian Fairley waiting to come on. Hodge's kick, not a good one. Again to Velasco. Hanging on the 22 from the little cross kick by Enciso. And it's coming back again on the Spanish side. Gayastegui gets the ball back again from Kovalenko, linking with Martinez. Oh, maybe Spain do deserve a little something from this game and from this competition. They have another chance for points. Kicked away, though, by the scrum half. Well, what on earth was that? It's back with Kovalenko again. Taken late, though. Not a tackle, but a shoulder charge. Again, getting very scrappy there. Penalty to Spain then, on the Scottish 22. Kovalenko will again kick for position and for the line-out. Gregor Townsend and Ian Fairley still waiting to get onto the pitch for Scotland. As indeed is Fernando de la Calle. And there are two replacements for Scotland then, and it'll be James McLaren in the centre and skipper Brian Redpath who will come off the field. Brian Redpath losing another chance then to get his first international try. And Gregor Townsend, who scored a try in each of the 5 Nations matches last season, comes onto the field. De la Calle on the Spanish side, the hooker. So the new man, De la Calle, immediately putting into the line out for Spain. Just 5 metres out from the Scottish line. Now for the charge. Scotland really having to defend desperately here. Spain, though, not yet over the try line. It's there again for them, though. So close, Spain. Into touch, in fact. Now then, whose ball is this? It's Scotland's ball. Spain so close to getting their first try of this World Cup. And in Important return now for Scotland. Make sure they get solid contact here. Robert Russell, surely to the front to Andy Reid. Oh, and a big pressure, Andy Reid. Knocked forward by a Spanish hand at that line out. So again, it'll be Scotland's ball. Just about a minute and a half of normal time to go at the end of this game. 48 points to 0 to Scotland. 4 tries in this second half. Orange's kick is out, quickly taken. That wasn't straight. But at 48-0, you're allowed to get away with it. Still a chance then for Spain to get some points on the board at the end of this clash. Then forced to set it up at close range. In danger of losing it, but no. Scots penalised for not releasing the man. Just checking the Spaniards with Clayton Thomas. How much time is left? Plenty of time, he tells them, to go for the kick to touch and for the resulting line-out. Good kick by Kovalenko. Down into the corner. He's had no chances for points on the board in this game this afternoon. But can Spain end it with a flourish and with a try? 3 minutes of injury time to be played. Now going into injury time at the end of this game. 48 points to 0 to Scotland. Misdirected throw that time by De La Callier, the replacement hooker for Spain. Ian Fairley, the replacement at scrum half, having a quick look. Check where Duncan Hodge was standing. And the outside half takes Scotland again outside their own 22. So will Julian Telfer, Ian McGeechan be happy with this, Scott?
I think they'll be wanting to pick up the intensity. It's been a bit flat from Scotland this second half.
Eliao wins the line-out ball this time then. One more opportunity for Spain. Sebastian Lupsens. Gayastegui brings in De La Callier. Scottish tackling on the gain line was pretty good though. Lovely run by Gayastegui. One more chance for Spain. Deep in Scotland's 22. One more chance maybe to get that try. Martinez the replacement. Scotland drifting across in defence. But again it's Lupsens. Jacinto Velasco. And the position is there again for Spain. Now they have some men out wide this time. Kovalenko going the direct route. It's there again for Spain though. Having made a battling for it. But it's all Spain at the moment. A switch back inside. Mata takes it on. Creating some space now. Kovalenko! Frachilia just held. So much pressure from Spain. De La Callier this time. High tackle by a Scots defender, says Clayton Thomas. There's still time for Spain to get a score. Now, what will be the Spanish tactic this time? They can't go for the scrum. That's certain. Decision again by Gayastegui is to go for the line-outs. And this will be positively their last chance. Last line out of the game. De La Callier waiting to throw in. Just checking with his scrum half where he wants this. Goes to the front. Giliao. Everybody joins in. No way that ball though was going to come back. And the valiant effort by the Spaniards has ended then. They failed to get any points on the board today. Scotland have ended with 48 points to nil. Starting off with a penalty try. 2 tries for Cameron Mather. Sean Longstaff in the first half. Then James McLaren, Cameron Murray, Duncan Hodge with the try as well, the last one. 48 points to nil. So there's one happy man anyway, Cammy Mather. 2 tries today for Scotland. Scotland now move on then, second place in the group, to a quarter-final playoff. We'll know their opponents later on tonight. Argentina playing Japan, need to score 69 points to top Wales at the top of that group. 48 points to nil to Scotland. Played in front of some 15,500 people here today. 48-0 to Scotland, the final score.
And Jim Delahunt is with the man who won his 50th cap today, Paul Burnell.
Paul, nice way to celebrate your 50th cap.
Yeah, it was a great win, and it's great to get the show back on the road and prepare for Wednesday's playoff. It's fantastic.
Possibly Scotland's best performance so far?
Well, you know, the boys have been itching for a game over the last few weeks, the guys that haven't been playing, and we're keen to put on a good performance, and it'll be interesting to see what the video shows. But I think, you know, everybody gave 100% effort, and we can't ask for any more than that.
And a few of you have done your case, not a lot of good.
Well, you know, it's now in the hands of the selectors and see what they say for Wednesday. But, you know, all 30 players will be itching to play in the playoff.
Well done, Paul.
Thanks very much.
Thank you very much indeed, Jim. Paul Burnell, a proud day for him today, 50th cap. So, OK, let's have an unbiased viewpoint, very quickly from both of you. Unbiased viewpoint from you.
I thought Scotland played a lot better in the second half, a lot more constructed, and I disagree with what Scott said. I think, barring the last 10 minutes, I thought they played really well, constructed some good moves. And in saying that, the Spaniards finished well.
They did, yeah.
Defended superbly.
We were rooting for them to score a try. I know I was. Gavin, let's have a biased viewpoint on this point.
No, I think they'll be reasonably satisfied. I think there was glimpses of what Scotland are capable of. They had to defend a lot in the last 10 minutes, but they're going to have to do that the next 2 games, so that won't do them any harm as well. And the important thing for me was the scoreline opposite the Spanish team, 0, and the fact that they didn't allow the Spain team to score, for me, was as important as the 48 points that Scotland
But a
scored.
tremendous contribution by Spain to the tournament.
Absolutely,
and spirited display, especially in the last 15 minutes. More analysis right after the break here from Murrayfield, not to be missed.